Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had a good start to the new year. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So in this video, I will be sharing with you how to actually get the full Genji armor set. Now, the first one is the most easiest one, and that's the Genji glove. And you can get that by obtaining it by doing the following steps. So this is one of the easiest ones to get because you actually find it in one of the chests. Just progress through the missions and you'll eventually get the Genji glove. Now the rest, like I mentioned, are a little bit more tricky, so let's get into them because they can be a little bit of a pain. So what does the actual Genji glove do? So it sets your damage limit at 99999, and it also keeps critical status active, which is very important if you're going to be fighting Minerva. So bear that in mind, guys. It is a very important accessory to have, and I do recommend to collect all 4 pieces if you can. Okay, so we'll move on to the Genji shield next, and I shall show you how to actually obtain the Genji shield. You need to have unlocked mission 766, and you need to be on chapter 5 to be able to do that. So you need to run around until you get into a battle with a magic pot. Once you get into a battle with the magic pot, make sure that it's not your first encounter, otherwise you will unlock the magic pot as a summon. So be sure that it's not your first time meeting the magic pot. Once you're in this battle, you will need to do 4 specific things, and I'm going to list them now, so pay attention. The first thing you're going to want to do is Guild Toss, and you can acquire Guild Toss by going to mission 444. The second thing you're going to want to do is use Costly Punch. Now there's a number of ways you can actually get Costly Punch. I'm not going to go through them all, but I'll name a couple of things that you can do. You can actually fuse Master Hammer Punch and also Master Goblin Punch to get Costly Punch. And also you can steal it from Marco Ifrit from mission 951. Now, the third step you're going to want to do is actually deal 99,999 hit points worth of damage. So you're going to need to have break damage. Now, I just used Costly Punch, so you can just use Costly Punch twice. And that's what I did. And then the fourth one is the one that is a bit of a pain. You're going to need to have Octo Slash, and you need to do it straight away in the battle. And that's basically using Sephiroth's DMW. Now, there is a quick way you can actually do this. You can go into the first mission like you just farm and master the actual materials. You can equip 4 of them, master them, and go into this battle, have them equipped, and you should easily get that, and you'll be able to get the Genji shield. Yeah, I know there's a lot of hoops that you actually have to run through to get the Genji shield. It is one of the toughest ones. I left it to the last, to be honest, but that's how you're going to have to obtain it, unfortunately. Moving on swiftly.
Warm-up's over.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it. Oh yeah.
So now that you have the Genji shield, well done for acquiring that. It is one of the hardest ones to get. So what does it actually do? It keeps barrier and M barrier active. It also absorbs all elements and nulls all ailments, but at a very hefty price. Now if you look at your stats, it takes away 100 from your attack, minus 93 from your vitality, minus 93 from your magic, and minus 96 from your spirit. So bear that in mind. This is one of the most weakest items out there. So before you do equip it, do bear these things in mind, because I don't actually equip this. I have a different setup, but that's a video for another day. Let's move on swiftly to the next accessory. So the next one is the Genji helm, another one of my favorite accessories. Let me show you how to actually acquire this one. This is another one that was very easy, probably one of the easiest ones to be honest. So all you need to do is unlock the network shade store, which you can find on mission 954, and it's found in a chest. Once you've obtained it, head over to the store and basically buy it for a whopping 1 million guilders. And if you don't know how to get money in the game at the moment, go to the playlist and watch the video where I will show you how to farm gil very quickly and sufficiently and effortlessly very quickly. So that's how you get the Genji helm. Now, what does the Genji helm actually do? Let's take a look. So the Genji helm stops expending MP and AP and also adds Libra. So it is a very important accessory to have, in my humble opinion, because you no longer have to worry about your AP expenditure nor your MP. So you can go all out, especially when you're fighting Minerva. If you haven't checked that video out, check it out in the playlist because I did whoop her. Anyway, moving on to the most difficult item of this set piece is the actual armor, and now I will show you how to actually obtain the armor. This is, again, I wouldn't say it's the most difficult one, but it is the most time consuming, and I'll tell you why. Let's jump right into it. So in order to obtain the Genji armor, you need to get 100% on your DMW character selection. Now on here, when you do get the actual summons, you just have to summon them, which is quite straightforward. But for the actual characters, for example Sephiroth, Cloud and the rest of the entourage, you need to actually view their stories. Now I know that Genesis only has 2, but his came up straight away. The most difficult one for me was probably Cloud and actually Aerith. I had to wait hours. So what you want to actually do is head on to the actual training mission in the Shinra building and just leave it overnight. Just like you'd farm your actual materia experience to get mastered materia, you'd do the same thing, and you just got to leave it overnight. And that's what I did. I came back in the morning. I must have left it on for at least about 10 hours, I'm not going to lie, which is a long time. And that's what actually made my playtime go exceedingly higher than it actually should have been. You can actually complete this game within about, I'd say about 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours max. But yeah, just head on to this mission and just leave your console running, and hopefully by the end of it you'll get what you need to get. For me, like I said, it was Aerith that was taking the longest, and it's just one of those things. You just got to leave it on overnight and get the rest of them. But just before I go, I will tell you this as well, that a lot of other people aren't telling you. You can't actually get all of the actual memories until you're quite near towards the end. So this is one of the armors that you're going to have to wait to get until you're actually near the end and you've seen those certain memories, because you can't actually acquire them unless you've actually seen the memories. So you got to bear that in mind, guys. Remember that. A lot of people aren't telling you that you can't actually acquire this item until near the end of the game. So bear that in mind. So once you've actually got 100%, guys, you'll be welcomed with the full Genji armor. Now, what does the Genji armor actually do? Let's get into it. So the Genji armor sets your hit point limit at 99,999 and also keeps endure and regenerate status active. What an amazing piece of equipment to have with you when you're fighting Minerva. Even though I beat her, believe it or not, without this equipment. So yeah, you can actually do it without this accessory. So do again check out that video, because it was my first attempt and I'm kind of gassed about it, because I do actually think that I did really well for my first attempt defeating Minerva. It was a little bit sloppy, I'm not gonna lie, but you gotta watch the video and let me know what you thought of that video. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Please comment, like, share, subscribe like you always do. Check out the playlist and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe and peace.
Here we go. This is gonna sting.